Last year, there was a lot of experimentation and rethinking. Or rather, not just last year, but the last 3 years, if you think back. But I don't want to reminisce. We need to look, not even at the here and now, but ahead, and define reality from the beginning, our own individual reality, intentionally and tenaciously, whatever the general reality may be at the moment. However, intention alone is not always enough to live on. Sometimes you even long for hope. In Transurfing, it is not customary to wait for hope, but it is not forbidden to glimpse it out of the corner of your eye. So we talked, hoping that even though things were bad for now, everything would change soon. And now that soon has arrived, we have entered a new reality. Somehow, not right after New Year's, but gradually, at dawn. According to my observations, probably 7 or 8 days later, definitely after Christmas, something has changed. It's as if the wind has changed direction. Maybe you've noticed it too? The changes have manifested themselves not only in the reality around us, but also in ourselves. Remember your days this year. What happened to you? How did you feel? Did you pay attention or not? I definitely felt as if something inside me had been activated. It was as if someone was telling me, if I don't change, things will get worse, and then they will get worse. I won't describe exactly what happened to me or how. Everyone has their own problems, and everything is individual. The main thing is to pay attention to yourself and draw your own conclusions, rather than staying the course. How it works, in the same spirit, is different for each person. Of course, you can try to live as usual, but it is better, after all, to change something about yourself, so that it is reflected in your new life, and so that it really begins. I don't mean reinventing yourself, but creating an improved version of yourself, a kind of upgrade. This should be done for the simple reason that there is an inexorable law. There is no status quo. Either there is development or there is degradation. And now another compelling reason has emerged. The new reality has higher vibrations, and if you don't adjust to them, you will be left behind or expelled in one way or another. What does higher vibrations mean? There is no precise definition in terms of classical physics. I would define the difference between the old and new reality in the following terms. The water was murky and became clear. The air was stale and became fresh. The sky was gray and became blue. Reality began to sound an octave higher. Don't look at the here and now, where the darkness of war lies. Look ahead. Ahead lies the great dawn and blossoming in every sense. What does this mean for us? We need to adapt in some way. The changes in the overall reality are for the better. But for positive changes to occur in our individual reality, we need to reconsider our lifestyle and way of thinking. We may need to abandon old habits and develop new ones. You know better than anyone how to improve. Everyone has their own experience here. But is there something common to all? Clearly, it is purification. If reality has become brighter and clearer, then the same is required of us, above all else. That is where we can start. Purify your body and mind. The fundamental principle is that both the body and the mind are purified if you stop obstructing them. It's simple. Eliminate junk food from your diet and likewise, junk information sources from your view. You know it yourself. Everything that is bad, negative, and impure. No one has the authority to tell you exactly what is wrong, negative, or impure. The decision is yours. Just clean up your world, look around you, and get rid of unnecessary junk from your home, from your head, from everything that concerns you and belongs directly to you. You may ask yourself, well, what about the rest of the people who are unaware of this new reality and vibration? Will they become extinct? That is not the point. It is about your success. If you want to improve your quality of life and outperform the competition, you need to know and understand certain things better than others. All living beings on the planet will have to tune into the new reality in one way or another, but they will do so unconsciously and reflexively, and this process will be longer and more painful. Not aligning with the new vibrations will inevitably result in physical ailments and life complications. That's why I asked them, do you remember what happened to you this year or last year? How did you feel? What went wrong? Why did the problem start? Maybe it's because you don't fit in somewhere. as if you found yourself in a new environment where you don't fit in. And what needs to change to be rebuilt within yourselves? Try asking yourselves these questions.